Hey, today's fit tip that I want to talk to you guys about, it's basically about our body being made to thrive on movement. And our lifestyles have gotten very sedentary. We're not moving as much as we're meant to. We get up in the morning, get in our car, we drive to work, sit at work, come up, drive back home, sitting, and then we sit down on the couch, watch TV. Our kids, might be at practice, things like that, sitting there watching them, and things like that. Our lifestyles have gotten more sedentary, and even if you are exercising, it might be 1 hour out of the day that you're up really moving around. And looking at like the office of today versus the office of even 10, but more like say 20 years ago, with computers and everything, your files are all in like a common server and things like that, so you can have access to them and everything within your department and stuff. Where before, if you needed a file from on a client or things like that, you had to, it was in filing cabinet at the end of the hall. You had to walk down there, get that file out, get out of it what you needed, take it back. Just those little steps throughout the day. And then since COVID too, there's still a lot of people working from home, and they're not getting the steps from the parking lot into the building or the parking garage into the building and things like that. So it's kind of from their bedroom to the office, which might only be 20 steps, and then they're there for 8 hours and maybe a bathroom break or two. So we want to get these steps. We want to get up and get moving. All that stuff, and try to get as much movement as possible. And when we do that, what happens is our body feels better. We have less aches and pains. We have better posture. A bunch of health issues can kind of get better from that because our bodies are more active. The blood's flowing. The cells are able to regenerate better. And then just your day-to-day activities like yard work, house cleaning, some recreational activities, whether it's pick up basketball, pickleball, any of that sort of stuff, you have less incidents of hurting things because you've been more active throughout the day versus just sitting in your chair and then getting up and then like, all right, I'm going to go play pickleball, and then have a hamstring or an elbow or something like that happens. And a lot of it is just your body wasn't prepared to go out from being sedentary, basically. Another thing that we see, and a lot of people say, is like, oh, as I'm getting older, it's just part of age, I get stiffer and I don't move as well and things like that. And some of that's true, but the big reason people lose the ability to move as they get older is because they stop moving and they stop doing a pattern. We've seen this a lot with people that have an injury and then they go to their doctor and their doctor's like, well, don't ever squat again. You shouldn't be squatting. You shouldn't be doing this. Well, that might be fine for like a short period of time, but by them saying like never squat or never do, the patient hears like, oh, I can't do a squat, I'm going to get hurt. But what happens when they stop doing that, they lose the ability to squat or whatever the movement is. When they lose that ability to do that, now when day-to-day activities require them to get into that movement pattern, they have to compensate, or they're not strong in that movement pattern to get up and down, so they end up compensating or whatever. That's where things get hurt and stuff like that. And the biggest reason that when people are no longer able to get up and down off the floor, it's because at some point in their life they stopped getting up and down off the floor. And that's really why. If they kept doing that every day, they're going to maintain that strength and things like that there. So again, while there might be a period where we need to stay out of a movement to allow it to heal, to stay out of it forever creates some problems and will create some breakdown in there and things like that. So when we look at our fitness and things like that, it's really about maintaining this ability to move. And this is what lifelong fitness is all about. When we have our movement, that makes sure we have our independence. We're able to, take care of ourselves, move around, do the things that we need to do each day, and then also do the things that we enjoy. Playing golf, playing, pickleball, going skiing, playing with grandkids, all that sort of stuff that you enjoy, you just are able to do it, and you're able to do it better, and which makes it more enjoyable. So it's really, that's what fitness is all about, is keeping that ability to move. A lot of people, they start working out and getting into fitness because they want to fit into a different size clothes, look better, things like that. And those are all good goals. Those are all good reasons to start. But at the end, once those goals are kind of met, it's really about just maintaining our health, maintaining our ability to move, maintaining the ability to do our day-to-day activities and everything like that. So again, it's kind of cliche, but if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And that's kind of how our movement patterns work in our body. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you guys next week.